into the ball.
Although
We're going to get it right.
he had some games where those stops.
I don't know. I think we can be a special group. I think you saw last year we got better each and every game, and I think we're going to continue to move that way. I mean, I'm pretty excited about it, but I think this is a special group.
So coming back for this extra year, my motivation was, I want to get drafted in the first 3 or 4 rounds. And, personally, I feel like I had the talent to do that. I just got to get into my playbook more. And I feel like being in the same defense for 2 years, I feel like it's really going to help me. So, that really played a big part of my decision. And once I really sat down and thought to myself, like, maybe this is not the best to go right now because, I left a lot out there on the field. It was an easy decision to make.
Yes, you can hear the defense talking all about how they plan to move forward after the disastrous start last year. Now, you hear them talking, and it's great. And they're always going to say the bigger, faster, stronger during the spring. We get that. But you can see a little bit of their eyes kind of telling you a different story. There's definitely a chip on their shoulder, and I'm curious to see what that looks like. And that's my dog, by the way. That's Archie. And I kind of look forward to seeing what they can do. We had a little bit of string dropout thing earlier, and it's back now. So I hope y'all are able to see this and everything and get us through. But when we come back, we're going to talk about Game 1 down in Gainesville last night. Ole Miss baseball dropped their first SEC game. But until then, stick around.
You want to answer that, don't you? I bet it's just killing you seeing the soft glow just inches away. Someone wants to tell you something or ask you something. Oh, come on, answer it already! Just so we're clear, that wasn't my fault. Next time, ignore your inner voice. Don't text and drive. A message from Florida's trusted choice independent insurance agents.
Hey, this is Stephen Willis. I just want you to stick around a little longer. We're going to get back to the podcast right after these messages.
Tonight, nearly 40,000 veterans across the country are homeless. These men and women have pledged to serve our nation, and now we must serve them. Landlords across the country have helped make significant progress in reducing veteran homelessness by making housing available, but there is more that we can do to bring our veterans home. Visit www.va.gov/homeless to see how you can get involved. And if you are a veteran and you are experiencing homelessness, please call 877-4AID-VET. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. I am Stephen Willis. Again, our stream dropped out. If it dropped out, you can move over to this one. We've been live for about 5 minutes now, so I do appreciate that. And yeah, I don't know how that will affect the channels, the Facebook, however you're watching them. But stick around. These things are here. Now, this weekend, we're going to do our normal thing with Chris Muller and do an instant series reaction to the Florida series. As you know, Chris is with the Rebel Walk, and they do a fantastic job. They provide a subscriber-level experience for no money. Doesn't cost you a thing. All it costs you is time. And your time is going to be well worth it because they produce a lot of good content. Anything that you are interested in following, they're allowed to do it. And they're one of the largest editorial staffs on the Ole Miss beat. So Evelyn and them do a fantastic job. And they've been a fantastic partner of this show. So if you have any questions, any interest on Ole Miss baseball, football, whatever's going on, you can go on over to therebelwalk.com and scratch that itch, for lack of a better phrase. So I hope you do it. It'll be well worth your time. Once you do it, you'll start to question why you're a subscriber at all. Next week, On Monday, we should have Chris Childers on the show. He is the host of Full Ride on Sirius XM, doing national college football talking. We can find out what's going on. He's actually based up in Nashville. I know Chris pretty well. Stayed at his house for a soccer game, so I should know him well, right? And also, we have Cole Kublick coming up Tuesday to talk about SEC, and he was the last real reporter to dig in on Ole Miss football, as he was one of the reporters at the Outback Bowl, and he was on scene. So worth seeing him there. He was over in Tampa. We also might talk a little bit of Florida, because it's just really amazing down here, guys. And I don't think y'all realize how great it is down here. And I mean, it's hot everywhere. Everybody talks about it's hot. Well, it's hot everywhere. You grow up in Mississippi, it's hot. You grow up in Alabama, it's hot. Now, if you can do that and you can remove the weather that happens every spring, you can remove the cold temperatures. It's pretty great. It wouldn't be the palatial Central Florida studios if it wasn't great, though. Seriously. Anyway, Ole Miss played Florida last night, lost 4-1. The defense kind of let them down last night. I think 3 errors behind Gunnar Hoagland in the game. Errors and bats are the story of the game. What Florida did, they basically did the strategy of putting an opener out there, and then they brought the ace in like the 4th inning to close it down. It was kind of an interesting look at how to do a baseball series, but I mean, it really worked out. Franco Alemán pitched really well. He gave up the 1 run. I think it was 2-1 when he exited leading, and Florida added two in the bottom of the 8th, and Tommy Mace closed it down basically. And I mean, it was a good performance. They needed the bounce back after the South Carolina, because remember, these guys the first week at home swept Texas A&M. The first week on their road got swept by South Carolina. It's a very Jekyll and Hyde looking thing, and it's a very good baseball team. They were preseason number 1. So the goal in this series, as I've told you like repeatedly, win 1 game. 1 game puts the plus minus at 0. That's even. Don't get swept, and try to win 2. That's the best case scenario. Playing a team like Florida. But a couple of errors last night. I mean, the team looked fairly good. The bat's a little bit cold, but I mean, that's going to happen. It was worth watching the game. I mean, you look at there and the pitch counts are low, and I mean, it was pretty, other than the errors, a pretty high quality baseball game. So, and also softball lost 1-0 at LSU. I think 15th ranked LSU. If I got the ranking wrong, I'll apologize. But they lost 1-0 in extra innings in game 1 down in Baton Rouge, down in Red Stick. Let's see. Tomorrow, we are going to have the series instant reaction with Chris Muller. Stick around, keep on the lookout for that. We are going to try and do some kind of a reaction show on Sunday, about football practice yesterday. And next week we have Leanne Herring doing the Rebel Walk recruiting show, the first Rebel Walk recruiting show. And we are going to bring over the flagship football show to this thing, and we're trying to effort getting a baseball show as well. So this is the place to be. Come to Positively Ole Miss YouTube, Positively Ole Miss Twitch, Willis Digital Media YouTube, Willis Digital Media Twitch, Facebook.com/POMcast, Twitter, The Stephen Willis, or The Rebel Walk. Follow any of those. We'll never ask you to go to really a second location. We'll never ask you for money. I mean, that's the way we are doing this. So, hopefully today, everything goes fine. But again, Chris Childers is interviewing a little bit later on today, and eventually we'll get to Cole Cubic as well. So I think I'm going to give you a couple minutes back. It's Friday. It's a nice day. Go out and enjoy the weather, and do what you can to have fun. Do what you want to do. That's what we want, because that's what this is all about. So anyway, I'm Stephen Willis. This is the POMcast. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Keep tuned into the channel over the weekend. We'll bring you all the relevant news as they happen. So until then, hotty toddy.